Hey pilots, Plasma 1945. It's our second episode on brevity, that is how to talk like a pilot, and it's going to be a quick video, under 5 minutes in total. And in this episode we're going to talk about describing your weapons, otherwise known as, in Mother Russia, the fox hunts you. And since we're going to be talking about foxes, let's mention Fox 3 Managed Solutions, because if you're a pilot, if you have a squad, if you want to fly custom missions, training for competitions, fox3ms.com. You go there and the great team at Fox 3 will set up a custom server for you for as many pilots as you need, with missions, maps, easy to use, easy to set up, don't need to be a nerd. Alrighty, so when we are saying fox, who says it? Well, it's usually a term used by combat pilots to describe what they're doing. Now, in most places we hear this is movies, video games, but usually it's not a correct term that's being used.
Take him out. Fox 2 confirmed. Support is on the way. Fox 2. Fox 2.
Now, before we use it correctly, we got to know where fox comes from. So the word fox comes from a shortened version of foxtrot, which stands for letter F, and the letter F stands for firing something. It's an informative description to inform your wingman or somebody else as to what you're doing, but it has nothing to do with foxes and has nothing to do with air-to-ground weapons. Fox is only used to describe air-to-air weapons. There are special codes for air-to-ground weapons, but we're going to talk about those in another video, so make sure you hit subscribe. So now we know that fox is used to describe an air-to-air weapon that is being employed by a pilot. So if you say over the radio Fox 2, that means I fired a specific type of a missile. And there's 3 types of missiles. There's Fox 1s, Fox 2s, and Fox 3s. So each of these is a special code that is used to describe the missile you're firing and how it's going to be used. And this is important because it helps the other pilots understand what you're doing, what kind of target you're engaging, and what type of missile you're using. So Fox 1 missiles, these are the semi-active missiles, which means that they rely on the beam of your radar to bounce off the enemy, and the missile follows that reflected bounce back. If the enemy avoids your radar, you turn off your radar, or the enemy aircraft flies in a notch, the radar will be lost and the missile will go stupid, so you have to paint the target with your radar for the missile to track it. Fox 2, a little bit simpler. It looks for a heat signature. The more heat your airplane produces, the more that Fox 2 will be attracted to you. So you can pop flares, which are heat sources, turn off your engines, or maneuver so that your engines aren't pointing at the missile to help avoid that missile coming at you. Usually Fox 2s are best used from the back. Fox 3s, well, these are known as fire and forget, which is kind of true. There's going to be a next video about Fox 3s. But a Fox 3 missile has its own radar, so it doesn't rely on the launching aircraft. Once it's fired and gets close enough to the target, it'll turn on its own small radar and find the target all by itself. That's what it's called, fire and forget. So all these 3 Foxes, 1, 2, and 3, are designed to take down enemy aircraft. Let's look a little bit deeper. In DCS world, the most common missile is the AIM-7 Sparrow. The French have the Matra R530 and S530, which are Fox 1s. The AIM-54 Phoenix on the Tomcat is also a Fox 1 missile, to a point, as is the R-27, R-27ER, and the R-23 on the Soviet aircraft, as well as the R-3R on the MiG-21. Simply put, Fox 1 is guided by your airplane's radar. Fox 2, well, first you need to lock the target, and then it goes after the heat source. AIM-9 Sidewinder, the R-73 Archer, the IRST, the PL-5, those are all different types of Fox 2 missiles. Usually, they are going to be shorter range, except for the 27 ET, and will be used in that close-range dogfight mode. After the Fox 2, well, we've got the Fox 3 missile. A Fox 3 is an active radar missile. It needs to be targeted by your airplane's own radar, but you can then turn away and let the missile take over. Now, there is a trick to that, an important trick that a lot of people don't follow. I'll make a video about Fox 3 missiles later on, but basically this is your AIM-120 AMRAAM, the R-77 Adder, and the SD-12 PL-12 missiles for the Chinese. So practice makes perfect. If you are flying around, even by yourself, get into the habit of calling out Fox 2, Fox 3, depending on the type of missile you're firing. You're firing your AIM 120, Fox 3 on target. AIM 9, you're in a merge. Fox 2 on hostile maneuvering left. Fox 2 flaring. So there you have it, guys. Quick explanation of why people use Fox 1, Fox 2, Fox 3, what they mean, and if you're ever watching a movie and you see somebody launching some sort of a missile against a ground target and they say Fox 2, and most of the time that'll be wrong, except for that rare case in the Vietnam War where an AIM-9 was used to hit a truck because its engine was hot. On that note, like, share, and subscribe. Plasma's out.